On Let's Go Farming today, we are in Magoy constituency of Mazaboka district and we'll be looking at integrated agriculture. We are here at Zunda Farms and the farmer for this particular episode is Muchimba Sikumba, who's going to run us through the episode. How are you, Mom? Thank you so much for having us here.
Welcome to my farm. Very happy to receive you.
All right. We really appreciate the place is nice and I can't wait to learn more.
Oh, great. I'm always very happy to share my experience and to inform and encourage others to join farming.
All right. So without wasting much of your time, we can go and see what you have.
All right. So I'll take you to our fish ponds and we'll feed them a little bit just so that you can see the activity.
Okay.
And I'll walk you through how we feed and look after our fish.
All right. So farmers and viewers out there, make sure you stay glued to your national broadcaster as we go through and see what the farmer for today has for us. Stay tuned.
As we said, I'm engaged in integrated farming. That means we have a number of different activities on the same farm. So here we'll start with the fish pond. So we have a fish pond of about 20 by 25 meters. This fish pond is about 4 years old and we might see some fish. I'm just throwing in some fish food. We will see the fish. We feed them once a day. And they come up to eat the pellets. We populated this fish pond with about 4,000 fish. Now, as you might see, we made the choice early in our activity to try and make this a natural pond, meaning we removed the plastic. So right now the fish live in this as if it were a natural pond. We have encouraged grass to grow around. We actually planted this grass because this becomes a nest for the young fingerlings. So these fish reproduce. We allow them to reproduce. We harvest once a month when we go in with our fishing nets and we draw our fish. They are on average about between 600 and 700 grams. We do have 1 kg and some are even bigger than 1 kg, but for sales we only harvest the 600 to 800 grams. The much bigger ones we assume are productive or have eggs, so we don't want to disturb that. So we do select out of the fish pond and pick those that are suitable in size. We have a solar pump, a solar borehole fitted with a solar pump, so right through the day, water runs into the fish pond. As soon as sunshine starts, all the way to sunset, water comes in. Why is that so? We need to replenish the water that evaporates. Naturally, we lose water through evaporation. So that water replaces the water that is evaporating. We also have a solar light that is mainly for security. So that light, as soon as it gets dark, the light will be bright, shining over the fish pond until the morning. And then to your left, we have what we call an aerator. It looks almost like a camera, actually. That is an aerator, and on the tree is an electrical box. So that aerator works by Zesco electricity, and when we have energy, right now because of load shedding we have no electricity, so it's not active. But as soon as the lights come on, we are going to switch that on and drop that aerator into the water, and it will blow bubbles and make it like a little falls or a fountain. That encourages air circulation and introduction of air into the water. So if we didn't replenish the water, this pond will dry up in about a week's time. The water will seep into the ground, some of it will evaporate, and in a week's time, this will become a big pond of mud. And the fish, of course, will not survive. So it is important that we replenish our water. Secondly, if we didn't have the aerator, the oxygen level in the water will reduce because the fish are consuming energy all the time. And when they run out of energy, then the fish will die. They have to replenish their energy through using the aerator because this water is stagnant. If it was in the river and the river is running, that in itself, those rippling effect of the water running, it is refreshing and renewing itself. That's why in rivers or lakes, the fish just naturally continue to have a continuous stream of oxygen.
There you have it, viewers. I'm sure you've heard what Madam Muchimba has said when it comes to how she does her aquaculture. So right now, let's join her as she takes us to sheep and goat and see what happens there as well. Stay tuned.
So here we are. We are just about at the sheep and goats pens. And here we are accommodating close to 150 sheep and goats. We are in the process right now of birthing. So I will show you some of my sheep and goats that are in maternity, meaning they are heavy with child or they are breast lactating, and we keep them separated, and I will explain that. But more importantly for now, just as we are entering, I want to show you the grass behind me. This is what we call napier grass. Napier grass has one of the highest content of protein. So we grow the napier grass, and as from September, when the pastures, all the grass is dry and the animals are struggling for feed, we then harvest our napier the way you would do sugarcane. We cut them and we put them through a chaff cutter. And we cut them into small, very small fine pieces, and we mix that with maize bran or with number 3 maize mix and other concentrates, and we feed our sheep and goats so that they do not lose body condition during the lean feeding time. So that is why it is important when you go into farming, you must plant crops that will supplement your feed, because at some moment there is just simply not enough pastures for the animals. We'll just take you to the pen so we can have a look at our animals. In here, we keep all our heavy pregnant sheep and goats. Those that are due, let's say, within a week or two. We select them from the main pen and isolate them, so that when they are here, we give them a focused attention. So I'm inside the pen. And I just want to show you, while they are here, we feed them. We give them some supplementary feed. This is a feed that we prepare ourselves. We buy maize bran or number 3 maize mix, and we are given an ingredient by livestock to add supplements, sheep and goat concentrates, which are containing the minerals and salts for the animals. We also add sunflower cake because that gives them the fat. So these ones that are in here, we ensure that they get supplementary feeding right through their maternity because they are having babies and the nutrition demand is very high on pregnant and lactating sheep and goats. All the young here, as you can see, we now have 6 young babies that have been born in the last week. And the sheep, lamb, we have about 6. And the goats, I think some of them are not in here. But we have also about the equal number of goats that have been born. Some of them are heavy, like the brown one. She is due to have a baby anytime. There is a number, this one too, she is due to have a baby anytime. So we just monitor them closely when we see that the udder, which is the, if you call it the breast, when the udder gets really big and well formed and the stomach is heavy, we estimate that she's due to have a baby and we will remove her from the main flock, keep them here. They do go out for feeding and grazing, but separate from the main flock. Why we keep them separate is we do not want any interference from the bulls. What will happen is that the bulls, if they are close in contact with the mothers, they will still mount them. And that agitation can provoke, it can lead to the onset of abortion because the mother will be distressed. And that physical contact and pushing can force an abortion. And another thing is we just want to monitor very closely how they are breastfeeding. So we want to see and make sure that they are feeding well. As you can see, we have a little fireplace. In the evenings, we light the fire and the babies will normally sleep very close around the fire to keep warm. So, although they are animals, they can suffer from pneumonia. We used to lose a lot of young ones in the cold season simply because it's too cold. So when we keep a fire for them, they are going to keep their babies warm and their mothers will stay warm. And with that, you eliminate a number of diseases such as pneumonia. Now we are in the pen for the young males, young sheep and young goats. These are male that we separate from their mothers at the age of 3 months. So for 3 months, they are intensively feeding with their mothers, breastfeeding, but by 3 months they should be between 15 and 20 kg. We remove them from their mother. The mother then goes to the main flock and the bulls stay separate. We keep them separate so that they do not interfere with their mothers. Because their mothers will be lactating or pregnant, they will want to be breastfeeding. So we separate them and keep them in a separate pen. So all these are bulls, and these ones we sell for breeding. Other farmers come and buy from us, or we sell for meat. It becomes our stock. So here we have the sheep or the rams, and there we have the goats. As you can imagine, there's a lot of work to be done on the farm, and I can't do it all on my own. So I do have 3 workers, and most interesting, I have students. I have students who come in from agriculture schools, such as ZIA. These are ZIA students who are here on a 3-month internship. These students, while they are here, they work together with my workers to manage the livestock, such as feeding, such as sweeping. Every day we have to clean our pens. We do not allow any residue to stay for more than a day. As you can see, they sleep in here, but there is no sign of residue because every morning we sweep and remove the residue.
My name is Ben Hanchemba, a student at ZIA. So it has been about 4 weeks we have been here doing things that we are just learning a theory, and now we are doing it practically. So we are learning a lot of things at Zunda farm. It is also important to know how to separate the males from the females to avoid inbreeding, and also how to feed, including the dipping, and also the things like how to head the animals.
So there you have it, viewers. We've had a quick brief about how we manage our sheep and goats. Now we'll step aside and go and visit the cattle. Here we are in the cattle pen. We have plus or minus 18 animals. We started with a humble one, and slowly we have been buying, and we have also, quite a few have been born here. Here the main thing really is herding. So during the day, they're out in the pastures herding. Every Friday they dip. We put them in the crush pen and we spray them in order to control ticks. In the dry season, we do give them also supplementary feed. And we do buy bales so that they can also have enough grass to feed, hay to feed on. We are right now ingesting some dairy cattle. So we've got a dairy bull, and we are hoping to cross and introduce dairy in another 2 years. But for now, these are mainly Brahman crosses with Tonga breed. And of course, my team, including the students, have got hands-on experience on managing the animals, taking them in the pen, spraying. We also have to deworm them regularly. And if any one of them is sick or has an abscess, we have to give the initial medical attention, vet attention, and we also work closely with the vet department. They are inoculated or vaccinated regularly according to the livestock standards, the Ministry of Agriculture. And most of these are beef animals. So for the moment, we just grow them, and the young bulls, we will sell them for beef. But with time, I want to introduce dairy, then we will be able to be milking our animals on a daily basis. So that is our livestock. To end, we are in the vegetable field, the horticulture. Here we do a variety of leafy vegetables. Our main crop is tomatoes, and other crops on demand. We have a staff of about 10 full-time workers. This whole area is about 5 hectares, and it's on drip irrigation, fully irrigated. Therefore, we grow our crops right through the year. We only variate on the seasons. In the rains, we might change the crops. In the winter, we'll change the crops depending on the season. But right through the year, we have crops growing. Across the carrot field, the carrots will be ready in another 2 months or so, and those go up for sale. Behind, we have a maize field, which also we grow maize right through the year. So as we are harvesting, we have already put them in heaps, and when we are done, we will plant another crop of maize. So we have maize right through the year. In the same way, we have tomatoes right through the year. Straight ahead, we have the juvenile tomato crop, which is about 6 weeks old or so. In another couple of weeks, they will start to produce and we will start to pick. In the meantime, we are picking from the old crop. Tomato is a very sensitive crop and it has a lot of insects that attack the tomato. What we do in Zunda is we intercrop our tomato fields with chili. So we have just cleared the chili. Where I'm standing, we had a big row just of chili. Chilies reflect insects. So for the good health of our crops and to reduce on dependency on chemical insecticides, we intercrop with chili. We are right now drying the chili. We will rub and extract the seed and we will plant it in the fields so that it intercrops with the tomato fields and reduces on insecticides. Now we'll walk across because this morning we harvested our tomatoes ready for the market tomorrow. I just want to show you how we have packaged. Finally, we are in our sorting shed. After picking our tomatoes, we bring them into the shed where we sort them. We have harvested this morning our crop and we sat down to sort them out. For example, these ones are the bigger first grade crop. The price will vary from the smaller ones. And this helps us also segment our market. For example, the marketeer. The marketeer in Kalea will prefer these ones because she can sell them for 2 kwacha. But another market, another client, like people who make hamburgers, they want the bigger tomato. Okay? So once we have sorted our tomatoes, we've graded them and sorted them, the price will correspond for the client. Amongst the tomatoes that we pick those that we call champagne color. These are not yet ready, but they will be ripe in 2 or 3 days. We pick them to avoid damage in the field. Birds are our biggest enemies because they fly in and they pick our tomatoes. And once a tomato has been picked, it will then be diseased. For example, this has been picked by birds. So to avoid and eliminate this, we pick them when they are still champagne and would rather they wait 2 to 3 days under the net and we take them for sale. The damaged tomatoes, we give to the animals. Nothing goes to waste. These we can give to our pigs, to our sheep, to our goats, and they will enjoy them greatly. So this is more or less the full circle of the activities that we do at Zunda Farms. We do have 2 main specialized teams of workers. The garden team, which looks after all the crops, and the animal team, which looks after the animals. My role is to manage, supervise, share information, and of course hire and fire, particularly those that are non-performers. But I must say I'm very happy with our teams. They have grown in our hands. Some of them are now clocking 7 years with us. We are very happy and we couldn't do what we are doing without them. So we treasure them very much. Thank you, and I hope you have enjoyed your visit to Zunda Farms.
There you have it, viewers. Hopefully you have enjoyed all the information that was given here at Zunda Farms, particularly in Magoye constituency of Mazabuka district. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. My name is Mutintanyanga.